Good morning, boys and girls. Welcome to Wednesday's English lesson. As you can see from the board, we've got two LCs to look at today, but they both link in together. I'll explain more in a little while. The first one, can I find the meaning of unfamiliar words? We should be familiar with that. We looked at that last week as well. And the second one, can I begin to create a glossary? Now, a glossary is something we're going to need to include in our information booklet on America. So what is a glossary? A glossary is a list of words and what they mean. They're usually found at the end of a book or report, or in our case, information booklet, that uses hard words to read or special words, so special words that are important for the text. I've got an example on the next slide. Here is an example taken from a book. Now, there are three rules to remember when we are creating a glossary. The first one, it needs to be in alphabetical order. That helps the reader to find words more easily. The key words, the main glossary words, need to be in bold text so they stand out. And then beside them, we've got the definitions of each. So if you just let me highlight these for you so you can see them on the board. So alphabetical order, you can see the first one, electrical charge, begins with an E, then we have an F, then a H, and an L, an S, and three T's, but they're all in alphabetical order. That just makes the words easy to find in the glossary. The key words, the main words, all come in bold. It's important that they stand out. So when you come to do your glossary, make sure yours stand out in bold, or at least put them in capital letters so you can tell the difference between the key words and the definitions. So as you can see, they come at the front. They're followed by a colon. I don't know if you can see that punctuation there, and that just separates the bold text, the main words, from the definitions. And of course, the definitions themselves come afterwards. Okay, so if you look at the word flooding, for example, in bold, and flooding means the flow of large amounts of water over places that are usually dry. Now that word flooding and all of the others in bold would have came in the main part of the text. Now we'll put that into our own text. If I go to the next slide. Now yesterday, we started to learn a little bit about the history of America, the early history of America. And you had this text, or a little bit more of this text yesterday, and you might have noticed that a few of the words within there were highlighted in bold. Now we're going to look at those words today and hopefully start to create our own glossary. Now I've picked out the words in bold from this section here, and I've popped them on the side, but at the moment they may be some of the key words, but they're not in the same format that we need for the glossary. Okay, remember what we mentioned on the previous slide. They need to be in bold. They need to be in alphabetical order. And they need to have a definition to go with each one. Okay. Here are those words again. I'm going to put them into alphabetical order. I wonder if, before I do, you have a quick look at them and see if you can guess which of those, I think I've got 6 words there, which of those 6 words would go first in alphabetical order. Okay, looking at them again. A, we haven't got any words beginning with A or B, but we have with C. Colony. So I'm going to lift colony up and put it to the top of my list. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. I have got a word beginning with I, so that's going to come next. Indigenous. Tricky word, that one. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. Yes, I've got a word beginning with P. It's president. The president can go just in there. And then I've got 2 words beginning with S. So P, Q, R, S. Now, when I've got two words that begin with the same letter, I then need to look at the second letter in the word. So in this case, I've got an E for settlement or an L for slavery. Well, E comes before L in the alphabet, so settlement will come next. Slavery comes after that. And because I haven't got any letters U, V, W, X, Y, Z, I don't need to worry too much. Tobacco will go at the end. Now I've got 6 words. On the right-hand side here, I've placed one of the definitions. Which word would match this definition? A place to live where people set up a community. Could that be a colony? Is that indigenous? Is it the president? Is it a settlement? Is it slavery, or is it tobacco? Well, looking at this first, I could have guessed it could have been either settlement or colony, but the actual definition belongs to settlement. Now, just going back to our previous teaching points, we said that our glossary needs to be in alphabetical order, which it is. It needs to have a definition. Well, I found a definition for one of them, but the words don't stand out from the definition, so all I'm going to do is make them bold. Now, like I said previously, you could have put capital letters instead, but bold stands out just as well. I can tell now that they are my key words, but I haven't got a definition for them all, or indeed all of the ones that were mentioned in our text from yesterday. So you can guess what you're going to be asked to do today. Your task is to begin to create a glossary for new and unfamiliar words that could be used at the end of our information booklet on America. And we've only just started this, so the glossary is going to build as we go along. So as we go through the topic, we'll discover new words that could be added to our glossary. We're going to start our own today, and we can add more as we go along. Now, they're not all going to be the same as well. Some of you might find information different from other people as you go along, and you might want to include different words in your own glossaries. Now, some of your English starters over the next couple of weeks will also be to find some of the definitions of words and add them to your glossary. As we move along, we'll find different words that might be unfamiliar to you and unfamiliar to me as well. We're going to keep a record in your writing book. I'm also going to add a sheet to your portfolios to make it a little bit easier as well. So, your task is refer to the sheet entitled America, A Little History. It's the same as yesterday's, and that will be placed in your class story. Find the words that are in bold. I've already given you some examples on the previous slide, and make a note of them. Sort them into alphabetical order. Use a dictionary to find the meaning of each one, a dictionary you might have in the house, or if you need to look online, there are lots of online dictionaries. Then start to create your own glossary of unfamiliar words, either in your writing book or on the sheet I'll provide for you, which I'll pop into your portfolios. Now, for today's task, there are 8 words on the sheet in bold, so you need to find those first. But if you want to add more, if you read through that passage and there are some words in there that I've maybe missed out or you don't understand, by all means, find the definitions of those as well. That'll be fantastic. So, good luck. I look forward to seeing your work tomorrow. Fantastic.